else do I have to prove? Seriously, what else would I have to do? I've won championships, I won my first one, and I won for my teammates, and I came home and won. There isn't anything left I have to prove. Shannon, do you agree with LeBron?
No, I do not. And there's not very much, Skip, you know this, that I disagree with the King of Akron.
This is shocking.
But for him to say there's nothing else to prove, he's being disingenuous. Because he even acknowledged after winning the championship last year, what did he write? He says, I'm chasing the ghost of Chicago. Well, if you have nothing else to prove, that would have meant you've already passed the ghost of Chicago, which we know that has not happened. Because
yes, we do.
Because in order for him for us to have the conversation that LeBron is the greatest, he needs to get close to, if not past, 7 titles. You and I both agree on that. Now, his body of work is still incomplete. He's still going. You look at what he's done the first 2 rounds, you're like, this is the best we've seen LeBron play in playoff basketball. This is the best stretch of this is the 8 best stretches of games we've ever seen LeBron James play. And considering he's in his...
Don't put me in the we. You can say you think that. Don't include me.
This is the best.
Okay, that's what Shannon thinks.
This is the best 8 stretch of ball games that LeBron James have ever played in his career. I'm talking about continuous stretch. I'm not talking about pick a game here, pick a game in 2005, take one from 2009. I'm talking about for a stretch, for a single period of time, this is the best that we've seen LeBron play. And you know that. But, Skip, when you're chasing something, and even the greats must constantly update their resume, because a lot of what we've seen is that when guys feel they have nothing else to prove, they step aside. He has yet to step aside. If anything, he's even elevating his level of play. All he's doing right now, Skip, is just showing you, if I wanted to win MVP, you see what I've been doing? I can do this every game if I wanted to. But that ain't what it's about with me. What it's about with me is championships. I coast through think about it. You get to coast and get 26, 8, and 8. And then when you come to the playoff, you ramp that up and get 35, 8, and 7. No, my bad. 35, 9, and 7. This is special. But he's being disingenuous, Skip. He has to constantly evolve, because not only are you having something to prove, because guess what? There's a great chance you're not going to be the MVP. And you want to go win the finals and say, shit, I told you. They might have got that MVP, but I'm the most valuable player. I'm the best player in the NBA. And he needs to prove to himself that he can continuously do it. So he's not being forthcoming, because I think what he's trying to do is divert some of the pressure that old one Skip Bayless and a lot of others like Skip Bayless try to heap on him to try to break him down. But he ain't gonna let y'all do it. And by the way, he's in south of France right now.
He's in the south of France? You know that for a fact?
He called Savannah and says,
spin the globe?
We're going, he's like, Savannah, we're going on vacation again. She's like, LeBron, I just got back. I don't have anything packed. He said, everything you need is in the villa in the south of France. Let go.
Really? Let's go?
Let's go.
It's like Tony Romo goes to Cabo, right?
What did I ask you not to do, Skip?
It reminds me of the same thing. That could be trouble if they ever played anybody in the next round. But you know what? He should go to the south of France, considering that they're going to sweep whoever wins the other series. And
they're not sweeping the Wizards.
They are going to sweep the Wizards. We'll get to that later. So, you good?
I'm good.
All right. So we have 2 levels here. We got big picture and we got little picture. If you're talking big picture, the truth is that LeBron spoke the cold, hard truth. He has nothing left to prove, because he can't catch the ghost, or I should say the GOAT, as in greatest of all time, that guy who played in Chicago named Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Well, speak for yourself.
Okay, that's all I'm doing now, because it's my turn to speak.
You said he can't.
Okay, well, he just can't. It's over. The competition is over, except in the figments of the blind witness imagination such as yours, right? Because let's be clear about this. Michael Jeffrey Jordan went 6 times to the NBA Finals, and he won all 6 with 6 MVPs. So he is 6-0 in the NBA Finals. LeBron James stands 3-4 in the NBA Finals. And even though this is a long shot for him to even win 3 more, because he's what, 37? I keep losing track. Help me out.
You tell me.
36, 37, somewhere up in there. He's been playing for like 15 years.
He's 7 years older than Kawhi.
Okay, fine. But it's going to be a long shot for him to even win the 3 to catch the 6, because he's only halfway to the GOAT, not the ghost. Now, and included in the 4 losing finals was the all-time meltdown against Dallas that you remember very well, 2011, Miami Heat. So that's a stain on the resume right there. And then he got taken out by the Spurs in 5 games by a record finals margin. That's another stain on the resume. And I won't even mention that in his first finals, he got swept by the Spurs because he was just a baby. And you can say he had, what do you call them, a bunch of cupcakes around him or whatever you call it, spare parts.
Squeegees, mop bucket.
Yeah. So again, I won't even bring that one up. But the point is, his resume already got stained twice in the finals. So even if he gets to 6 and 4, how can you make a case he's better than the GOAT? So that part is completely over. But if you want to make the case that he starts to feel the pressure building and he wants to just slough it off by saying, hey, what else do I have to prove? Then I think you were making that case, right? So maybe the pressure's starting to get him a little bit. Maybe he needs to deflect a little bit. Maybe he needs to diffuse a little bit the pressure. So if you want to make that case, I'm fine with that. I get it. I think it was smaller than that. I'm going to go short term, small case, small picture, because I think he gets sick and tired of hearing how little competition he has in the Eastern Conference. But that's all he has is no competition. So he's saying, what else do I have to prove? You know, I've already done this many times. He's done it before against much better competition. So when you make the case he's played the 8 greatest straight games of his career, against what? Against nothingness, against a 42-40 Pacers team featuring a Paul George who pointed fingers at everyone but himself. And all 4 of those games did go to the wire, and all they needed was somebody to close the deal in Indiana. And that guy is not Paul George. He's a LeBron wannabe. He's a very poor man's LeBron James, and he can't close that deal. So in the end, he doesn't believe he can beat LeBron James, which brings us to the Toronto Raptors, who put up an even more embarrassing 4 games against LeBron James because none of those guys really believe they can even compete with LeBron James. And it got so bad on Friday night that LeBron started clowning the Raptors in their own building. Can we see those shots? He starts shooting left-handed.
What you mean?
He's shooting left-handed. He's shooting left-handed.
The only thing he does is shoot a basketball right-handed.
I know it. He's left-handed by birth. But how many times do you see him shoot left-handed in most regular? Have you ever seen him shoot left-handed in a regular season game?
Yep.
I'm talking about from distance.
Yep.
From 15 feet.
He could do it.
Nope, you don't.
I'm surprised he ain't kicked one in.
He's toying. He did it 3 times on Friday night. Almost turned the TV off. I said, this is a joke. He knows it's a joke, so he's making a joke of the Raptors. And again, he is left-handed by birth. I get all that, but you don't see him shoot. Does he ever just say, I'm going to shoot this?
You mad because Kawhi can't shoot left-handed, huh?
I'm not. By the way, Kawhi has an awesome left hand. You've ever seen left-handed dunk, claw, boom. He can dunk.
Why didn't he dunk last night?
Huh?
Why didn't he dunk last night?
Okay, we're going to do that in a minute.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, but here's the point. It got so bad on Friday night that LeBron started coaching the Raptors because poor Norman Powell was confused about whether he was supposed to be in or out. LeBron's kind of looking at the coaches on the Raptors bench saying, oh, no, you need to stay in. And he reaches out and pulls Norman Powell back onto the court like he's an assistant coach for the Raptors. It is the ultimate show of disrespect.
It wasn't.
As Norman Powell said, he tried to son me, as in S-O-N, as in treat me like his son, which he did.
No, he didn't,
It's just so disrespectful. And you know what? I don't blame LeBron for this one because Toronto is such a joke. They're so bad, they just genuflect in the presence of the king. They kneel at the knees of the king.
Skip.
So it's fine. And he knew it, and they knew it, and so he can get away with, oh, no, you need to stay in the game, son. Let me pull you back into the game, son.
Why you do that?
I'm just telling you the truth. You know it, and I know it.
You know good and well, LeBron was not trying to son the man. He didn't want him to get caught with an illegal substitution. But everybody. But here's the thing, though, Skip. Everybody gets upset with the least little thing LeBron James does, and it seems to be a problem. But you said something like LeBron has no competition. So let me ask you a question. When he beat Duncan, Manu, Tony Parker, and the Claw in the 2013 finals.
Well, he didn't. Ray Allen did.
So let me ask you a question. Of those
Okay, but
four,
that was in the finals.
Hold
We're talking
on,
about
Skip.
the East. We're talking about the Eastern Conference. It's
Oh,
the cakewalk that is the East.
It's funny. It's funny, Skip. I do 3 things during the course of my day. I come do this show, I train, and then I do research to come in and do this show. I had a feeling you was gonna bring up LeBron's competition. I had a feeling, Joe, I knew it. I said, I know that Skip Bayless. I said, man, I'm working with him for about September 6th was our launch date. I said, I've been working with him for a while. I know
I'm
him.
in trouble now.
It just so happens that Magic Johnson went to 9 Western Conference Finals. 9. So he played 24 series in the West. In those 9 final runs, he lost 20 games. During the 1980s, only 3 teams other than the Lakers won more than 55 games.
Okay, so
Hold on, wait a minute.
It just doesn't matter.
Hold on,
We're talking about the last 7 years in the
Hold on,
East.
Skip. No, I didn't interrupt you. I'll let you speak. Now, he lost 20 games in 24 series. He lost 6 of those games in 1988.
Okay, so I'm fine. Magic had no competition in the West. You can have that one. I'll give that to you. But that has 0 to do with what just happened over the last 7 years in the Eastern Conference when LeBron cakewalked. He waltzed all the way to the NBA Finals every year. He's been to 7 straight finals, and this will be his 7th straight, because he faces nobody.